Hello, I'm Simon Stevens and I'm here live from New York City on 47th Street with this fella. This is also Simon Stevens. This is Simon Stevens, the actor. Simon Stevens, the Broadway star. He's very sad. He's very sad because on Sunday night, after 2 years, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which has been playing here at the Barrymore Theatre, is closing. It's been the most remarkable run. But the 2 years is over. Next year, or the end of the year, we're taking it on tour. Don't be too sad, Simon. It's all right. You're going on tour, man. You got to Las Vegas. It's on in London. It's still going on in London, but it's closing here in New York City on Sunday night. So I'm gonna send you back out into the world, Simon Stevens. Go back and enjoy your final few theatrical shows. It's been an extraordinary experience for me as a playwright to be here in this most magnificent of cities. This kind of hub, this mecca of theatre has been a dream come true. And you know, I'm desperately sad. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's been 2 great years. New York has been incredibly kind to us and incredibly generous. And I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I got more plays. Threatened Opera is still playing at the National Theatre. That's going to be really cool. There's another play opening in Hamburg, but there's something about New York that's very special. There's something about New York City and 47th Street, you know, Broadway, it's very, very special indeed. I don't, you know, much as I love Hamburg, much as I love the National Theatre, much as I love, you know, there's so many places I've been to, Broadway's pretty exceptional. What am I going to do, man? 2 years. And now my career on Broadway is coming to an end. But wait, what's there? What's this? Look, it's another Simon Stevens play, man. There's no puppy in this one. Heisenberg Manhattan Theatre Club's production that opened last year in Space 2 of the Manhattan Theatre Club is moving to the very, very beautiful Friedman Theatre. And I'm here on Facebook Live, the Manhattan Theatre Club's Facebook page. I can take questions from you. There may be some of you who've got questions. We're going to chat for a few minutes. I'll take your questions. I'll answer anything. Ask me anything. I don't know if any questions have come through. Have questions come through?
Yes. Frank would like to know, what is a good story?
Frank, what's a good story? I think, Frank, that a good story is necessarily about human beings. I think stories are about people. I think stories are about the remarkable things that people do as they live under the shadow of the knowledge of their own death. It's the things that they want, the way in which they want to live their life. Stories involve people doing things as they try to live the lives they want to live. I think that's what story's about, Frank. I hope that helps you answer. Got another question. Hello.
Someone would like to know, what is Heisenberg about?
What's Heisenberg about? Heisenberg's a very simple story. It's a love story. It's a love story between a 45-year-old woman played by the quite exquisite Mary Louise Parker and a 75-year-old man played by this quite exquisite Denny Arndt. She meets him. She kind of has an idea she's going to grift him. And the play is about their relationship as they come to know one another, as they come to get to know one another, the things that she does to him, the things that he does to her. It's an unusual thing for me because I think, you know, anybody who knows my plays will know my plays can be pretty kind of savage things. My plays can be violent and they can be sexual and they can be dark, but I think Heisenberg shares something with Curious Incident in that it's predicated on the possibility of optimism, on the idea that people can make each other better together than they are in isolation from one another.
Joey would like to know, are you worried about staging Heisenberg in a much bigger space?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Joey. It's been amazing because Space 2 was so intimate and so small, and one of the great joys about doing Heisenberg last year was getting to be so close to actors of the caliber of Denny and Mary Louise and watching the exceptional things that they gave to their performance. I think there are 2 things I would say. I think Mary Louise and Denny are so extraordinary, and what happens between the 2 of them is so exceptional that I have real confidence that they're going to be able to fill up their lungs and really share it with a bigger audience. So many people wanted to see this last year, so it's a great opportunity that people can get to see it. I think the design that Mark Brokaw, the director, and his design team have got together is really exceptional. I think something will happen at the Friedman Theatre that Mark Wendland and Mark Brokaw together have created a design which is unlike anything you've ever seen in a Broadway theatre. More questions?
How do you approach a problem when working on a play?
Who was asking that question?
Bongi.
Bongi. Bongi, cool. Hey, Bongi. You know, writing plays is necessarily about problems. I don't think it's possible to generalize. It's an interesting question, Bongi. I don't think it's possible to generalize. I think every play is defined by its problems. Sometimes the problems will be problems of character. Sometimes there'll be problems of story. There'll be problems of location, problems of structure. I think having a clear head. I think not engaging in the romance of being an artist. I think celebrating the craft, celebrating the technique, and having an intelligent approach to the techniques involved. I think that's the way, Bongi. I think that's the thing to do. Yeah.
Christopher would like to know, what's your process for working with a new director?
Oh, brilliant. Oh, good question from Christopher. Nice one, Christopher. Thank you for that. I always think it's important when I work with a new director or a director I've not worked with before. It's really important in rehearsal, in the rehearsal room, to acknowledge that I am working for them. It's not my production, it's their production and my play. So each director has a different need. Some directors, if I'm working with somebody like Sean Holmes or Sarah Frankham, who have directed my work in the UK, they really enjoy me being part of the rehearsal room and talking to the actors quite directly. Other directors are much more cautious about that, and they prefer it if I just stay to the side and feed in notes in privacy. I think establishing a relationship of trust and collaboration, knowing that I'm working for them, knowing that it's their room and I need to honour that. I think that's... But, we're lucky, the remarkable... I mean, look at this. This is a ridiculous way for a 45-year-old man to spend their midday working day on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm so lucky. This is so ridiculous. If you don't cherish that, if you don't accept that this is playful and it's fun, you're in the wrong job. I'm the luckiest man in New York City right now. To have two plays on in the same street is unreal. Curious Incident closes on Sunday. It's touring the USA in the autumn, man. Come and have a look at it. It's still on in the West End. We're going to go and see America, but in a couple of weeks' time, Heisenberg, Mark Bracco's beautiful production of my play with these beautiful, beautiful actors. There they are, Mary Louise and Denny Arndt. It's going to be opening. I'm really, really grateful for your questions and really glad to have been part of this conversation. It's been a bit mental, but, in a good way, I think.